said, oh, the day I cut my, pajamas trousers, I also cut this one. Hey! And I'm like, okay, wait, how many clothes did you cut that day? She said, I didn't really cut the new clothes. It was just some old clothes. And I'm like, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the shares. I love the comment part. I'm excited to, do more. I'm pumped. So today we're going to be talking about how to help your child stop telling lies. The truth of the matter is, I'm sure that no parent wants to be tagged the mother or the father of that child who tells lies. How to look into this is, what makes children tell lies? Why do children lie? It's not like they are born, with the innate ability to lie. So to say, why do children lie? First, children tell lies for so many reasons. One, it could be their imagination and creativity. Can you believe it? Like, some children have active imaginations, and while they're playing, they make up stories. Sometimes they exaggerate events. Now, this can be within a context and another context. For example, if they're teaching them creative writing in school, and they say, write about my last holiday, and you probably did not do anything funny your last holiday, or the child was just at home, didn't do anything, extraordinary. Creative writing literally expects the child to think of something creatively, right out of the box, right out of the blue. So you can call it lying, yes, but it's simply putting their imagination to play and to create things. And that's why children can come up with the play of, let's act teacher and student, let's act brother and sister, things like that. So yes, that's one. Two, attention from others. Sometimes children lie, or some children lie because they are seeking for attention. Either they feel neglected, or they feel ignored, or they feel overshadowed by their peers or siblings. So in order to get the attention of somebody, they begin to tell lies. My son has gotten this message I'm about to say, but my daughter is getting it. She comes home and she's like, Mommy, do you know my classmate told me this, that. Painting all sorts of stories that, come on, even it cannot be true. A child cannot, do all that. She has this particular friend that tells her all sorts of things. And I keep on telling her that it is not true. You cannot afford to believe everything somebody tells you. You cannot afford to. There's some things, and I started telling her that you need to trust the Holy Spirit to help you to discern the truth from, lies from truth, because there are some things some of these peers, as little as they are, tell them that are not true, probably because they just want to feel important, or they just want you to tell them, they just want you to listen to them, so they cook up all sorts of stories. Another reason a child would lie would probably be because of fear of punishment. So children will fabricate all sorts of stories to avoid getting into trouble, or to avoid facing the consequences of their action, which is probably their natural response to fear. And I have a mantra that I always say, that you can choose your actions, but you cannot choose the consequences for your actions. So my children know this, like, you can choose your actions, but you cannot choose the consequences for your actions. We decide the consequences, you decide your action. So you can have an idea or create how you think the consequence can be. That will give you an idea of what to do, how to act. Another reason will probably be because of social pressure. Children trying to fit in with their peers, to avoid being judged, or to avoid being ridiculed, or to gain some form of acceptance, or to appear interesting, or to appear as though they are fun. So sometimes children also tell lies because of that. Now, experimentation. Children may test your boundaries to explore the consequences of lying, just because they want to know what can possibly happen if I tell a lie, so they just want to experiment. So they may test your boundaries to just explore the consequences for your action. It's a way for them to actually understand the impact of their actions and their words. It could also be because of wishful thinking, wishing their wishing that their wish can come to fulfillment. So for example, a child says, oh, I did my homework, I got 10 over 10. And probably the child got maybe 4 over 10 or maybe 9 over 10 even. But because they wish they had gotten everything, they just tell a lie, probably to their peers, so that those ones be like, oh wow, that's nice, things like that. Another thing can also be, this one usually applies to children that are way younger, which is lack of understanding. Because at some point they may not be able to differentiate reality from falsehood. So this applies to younger children. Now, let us look at how to help your child stop telling lies. How do you help your child stop telling lies? Take a deep breath and calm down. It is very possible. 1, you need to understand the underlying reason for their behavior and implement strategies to promote honesty and integrity. So I'm going to state out a few points and explain how you can help your child stop telling lies. 1, you have to model honesty. That means the mother, the father, the guardian, the caregiver, anybody who is responsible for that child has to model honesty. You cannot keep your child somewhere with someone, or even you yourself, and then you're on the phone and you're saying, hello, I know they have, so I don't come out, I think, and you are at home, or you cannot pick the call. There are times that maybe I say we're getting ready to go out, and maybe I receive a call from the person who I'm supposed to go out with, and I'm like, I'm on my way, I'll be there. And you hear one of my children say, but mommy, you're still in the house. And I'm trying to explain, I'm getting dressed, like I'll soon be there, I'll soon be on my way. So they're like, okay, but you could have as well said you'll soon be on your way. So to be as plain and as honest as possible, you have to model honesty and integrity. 2, avoid harsh punishment. It probably in one of the parenting series, I'm going to talk about punishment, discipline, and correction. Avoid harsh punishment. Create a safe place, a safe environment for your child to be able to come home and tell you the truth. Open communication. Allow open communication. Discuss with your child. Give room for your child to respond, whether you agree or you do not agree. Also, discuss the consequence of lying. I always say there are consequences for your action. Sit them down. Tell them, if you tell lies, these are going to be your consequences. I'm going to take so and so away from you. It could be something that they like very much, or I'm going to make sure you do not go for our next swimming trip, or you do not go out to play tomorrow. Things like that. Offer alternative solutions. Teach your child different ways to, solve problems, different skills on how to calm down, take a deep breath, discuss, instead of telling a lie to probably get out of a particular situation. Encourage empathy. Help your child to put themselves in the shoes, to put their feet in the shoes of the other person. Imagine if somebody told you this lie and you thought it was true and it wasn't true. How would you feel? Help them understand how the other person who is being lied to will feel. Another thing I tell my children regularly is, do unto others how you want them to do unto you. Treat others exactly how you want them to treat you. So you make them, you raise empathic children or empathetic children so that they can put themselves in the shoes of the other person and will rather not want to tell a lie, but to rather just calm down, be plain, be honest, and be willing to face the consequences of the actions of whatever it is that they have done. You can also reinforce praise, reinforce honesty. The moment you begin to focus on other aspects of the child, other strengths, the times the child tells the truth. For a child who has been lying before, these things may not come automatically. So the moment your child comes home and tells you a tough truth that the child would probably have lied about before, truth that the child would probably have gotten into trouble with or should get into trouble with, and you handle it, calmly, you tell the child, good job, that's not right, what you did is not right, but thank you for telling the truth. So because you said the truth, I'm not going to smack you. You see, it's always best to say the truth, and then you explain to them how they can handle the situation better next time so that they do not find themselves in that situation. Let me give an example. So about 2 years ago or so, I bought this new set of 90s and leggings for my daughter. She just had like a growth spurt, so I had to shop for some clothes for her. And one of those days, I think I was losing her hair, and I saw like a hole in her pajamas trousers. So I was wondering, and I asked her, hey girl, how did this hole get to your pajamas trousers? And she says, I picked my art scissors and I cut it and I said, why? She said, because I was just trying to see if it could cut. Ha! I'm telling you, she was just trying to see if it will cut. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? She literally told me the truth. What if she lied about it? What if he says he got stuck in a nail in the wall and she didn't know and she was dragging herself? And I told her, I said, please, this is a material. It will definitely cut. And I told her, next time, do not experiment with your dress. You can ask me for materials. I have materials that we use for art and other things sometimes. You can ask me for a material that you want to try that I will give you, to test it. And she said, oh, okay, mom, I'm sorry. Fine. And then maybe 2 weeks down the line, I take her to the salon. I do not like going to the salon, but that day I was so stuck and I needed to go to the salon. I took her to the salon and I was looking at her, and then I saw another hole on her. I saw another hole on her tight. And I'm asking, oh dear, how did this hole get here? She said, oh, the day I cut my, pajamas trousers, I also cut this one. Hey! And I'm like, okay, wait, how many clothes did you cut that day? She said, I didn't really cut the new clothes. It was just some old clothes. And I'm like, how many did you cut? She said, she can't even remember. And I told her, I said, please and please, do not, as in literally, do not test with your dresses so that you can have dresses to wear. And I explain why. That's not kind, because mommy and daddy spends money to buy these things for you. So if you literally want to experiment if clothes or materials can cut, ask me. I'll give you material to test with. And she said, okay, and she apologized. And we left it at that. And to be honest, when she feels like experimenting, when she wants to make dresses for her dolls and stuff like that, she comes to ask me for materials. And I give her, whether it is convenient or it's not convenient, I give her. And basically, in reinforcing praise and honesty, the moment your child begins to tell the truth, praise the child, maybe not even in situations of lying and telling truth. Once the child does the other things that are very positive, that are productive, make it a big deal. Praise the child, reinforce it. Let the child know that, wow, this is amazing. So the child will know that, oh, if mommy is praising me like this, there's a possibility that when I tell the truth, even when it's not convenient, she would also praise me for it. And then when the child does, actually praise the child for it. Another thing you should do is set clear expectations. Tell the child, you have to tell me the truth all the time. Whether you are right or you are wrong, whether there are going to be consequences or not, you have to tell the truth. In our family, we do not tell lies. We're children of light. Lies are not acceptable in this home. There will be consequences for doing things. Yes, and the way you face life is, I'm talking about explaining to my child, to your child now, the way you take life is you make wrong decisions, you face the consequences. You make right decisions, you enjoy the benefits of it. You have to set clear expectations on what you expect as in the family, as in the family values. We do not, and you do not assume that your children know what your family values are. Do not assume that, oh, they're living here, so that you state them clearly. In this house, we do not lie. In this house, we do not collect things from other people. In this house, if we need something, we ask for it politely and kindly. In this house, we respect people. You state your expectations clearly and you do a gentle reminder continuously and gradually, and eventually it will sink in. Yes, it will definitely sink in. And one more thing I must emphasize on before I wrap this up. Finally, be patient, be understanding. Changing behavior takes time. Changing behavior is a process. So please and please, instead of focusing on that negative that you are trying to work on, why not focus on the good part, on the praises, on the improvements, so that the improvement can be continuous. Know that every child is different. So do not expect, change to be instant for child A. That does not mean the change will be instant for child B. It is a gradual process. And remember what we spoke about in my last video, the benefits of consistency, continuity in parenting. So the moment you make up your mind that you want to help your child to stop telling lies, or you want to raise children who will not tell lies, these are the processes you need to go through. And you need to go through it continuously, consistently, patiently, in love, in understanding, and in kindness. Thank you very much. If you have any topic you want me to deal with, even though I already have it 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or more outlined by parents, you can make a comment and I'll get right to it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful, beautiful day ahead, or have a restful evening, whatever it is over there. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye.